All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to our continuing coverage from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row with former Cowboy Tony Dixon.
Yes, sir.
Nice to have you here.
Hey, glad to be here.
Yeah, good
Yes,
to see you. You wrote the book Beyond the Glass.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us about it?
Man, so Beyond the Glass, it's about my life as a memoir, going back to 6 defining moments that actually made the person who I was. And a lot of that story is not good. It's dimming my light, it's imposter syndrome, it's depression, it's going through suicidal thoughts, it's all of those things that I went through in life. Some of those before the Cowboys, some of those while in Cowboys. But as I aged as an adult, I had to figure out, like, what is my life truly gonna be? And I was finding that I really wasn't appreciating what I'd gone through, not even being drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, not even spending 5 years in the NFL. So what this book's talk about is me going through that journey of figuring out where did those thoughts begin, being aware of those thoughts, which was the first principle, and number 2, accepting those things, good and bad, working through them to number 3, being aligned with who I am. And that person is understanding that, hey, I've had a life of purpose and impact.
Yeah, I think everybody's had their own journey. Let me ask you, like you said, imposter syndrome.
Yes.
In what way?
Man, like, honestly, like, I had fear. You hear a fear of failure. I had fear of success. Like, so I would get to a certain point and I would get to the edge of the breakthrough and I would just go paralyzed. It's almost like paralysis by analysis. I was the same way, even in life. I saw it in sports, I saw it in corporate America when I left sports. And then when I went back, I realized that it started in my youth because I never felt like I ever achieved what I wanted to achieve, even though I was still achieving greatness. I never met the expectations that I set for myself.
You never stopped yourself when you put on a Dallas Cowboy uniform and said, all right, I made it.
No.
How few people actually make it to this level?
Never,
right? No?
never. And that's from a person coming from a small town of Reform, Alabama, less than 1,200 people.
Yeah.
First generation college student, first ever to be drafted that high from my area, other than Walter Jones, who's from the same county, who's a Hall of Famer. But even through that, I still was looking in the mirror telling myself I wasn't good enough.
Yeah, and the suicidal thoughts,
it really started at the end of my career, a little injury prone.
You felt the career was ending?
I felt the career was ending, didn't have the success because every player comes into the league and they've set up a standard of Pro Bowl, championship, 10 years, whatever the case is. So when you don't achieve those things, you forget that 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, your dream was just to make it.
That's right.
You lose all that.
You made it. Yes.
But you lose all of that. And also, once you get into the league, everybody's competitive.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go to the next level. But hey, there's an understanding that everybody cannot be Emmitt Smith. Everybody cannot be a Darren Woodson, who are 2 of my role models when I played. But you look past that and you don't take time to appreciate what you've achieved.
Yeah.
And that's what this book is telling people to do. It's really going back and having them understand, be grateful for what you've achieved. Be aware of what those things are, accept them, and understand that you're a hero to somebody.
Yeah.
Whether you play football or not, you're still a hero to somebody.
What shifted for you? Was it professional help or was there just introspection? Like what changed?
A little bit of both. What I understood is that I didn't take advantage of the resources that I had when I had them. So at this point in my life, there was a stage where I actually ended up, and I talk about it, end up hospitalized. I was in the hospital for 7 days for pancreatitis. From pancreatitis, I caught pneumonia as well in the hospital. I ended up blood oxygen dropping. I was this close from being on the ventilator. So that was the first time I had been still in a hospital more than a day because I had surgery in college on the shoulder, but that was overnight. Outpatient, I was gone. This forced me to be still, and it was, by the way, during COVID time, so I couldn't have visitors. So literally in those moments, I started reflecting on my life and what I wanted it to be, what I wanted my legacy to be, and I then realized if you don't do the work to improve your life and look at it differently and get the help that you need.
So this is recent, this is COVID, this is recently. Your career ended in 2005, all the way to 2020, so you were still struggling with these ideas even in your adulthood.
100%. I call everybody as humans professional maskers. We are professionals at masking what's truly going on in our life and not realizing we have a community of people that are just waiting on you to be vulnerable enough to say, I need help. And once you be vulnerable enough, you'll realize all the people that's in your corner that'll help you get to the level you need to be. And, oh yeah, by the way, share your blind spots with you.
Yeah. Tony, you're doing great work here. Terrific book, terrific ideas. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.